Western allies have long been divided over the conflict in Ukraine. The United States has backed away from its leading role in supporting Kiev, leaving Europe to take on that responsibility. There is also no unity within the European Union regarding financial and military aid to Ukraine. Nevertheless, Ukraine was granted a new loan of €90 billion on March 17th. Hungary's veto was simply ignored. In turn, the US's goodwill toward Ukraine seems to have evaporated. Zelensky stated that US President Donald Trump's attention has shifted from Ukraine to Iran. I have very bad feelings about the impact of this war on the situation in Ukraine. Unfortunately, America's focus is more on the Middle East than on Ukraine. That is why our diplomatic and trilateral meetings are constantly being postponed. There is only one reason: the war in Iran. However, the Ukrainian leader's statement does not entirely correspond to reality. Washington continues to keep Kiev in its sights, though now in a completely different context. Donald Trump recently stated that how Ukraine spent funds provided by the U.S. warrants an investigation. Shortly thereafter, USAID auditors discovered irregularities in the oversight of $26 billion in aid to Kiev. According to Adam Kaplan, the agency's deputy inspector general, contractors in Ukraine either failed to submit reports or submitted them late. In addition to financial issues, a significant reduction in U.S. military aid is expected. Ukraine is already facing a shortage of missiles for its air defense systems, particularly the Patriot and THAAD systems, due to their extensive use in the Middle Eastern conflict. Although European countries have agreed to supply 35 HAC-3 missiles, 5 of which have already been received, this quantity is insufficient. It's estimated that within 1 to 3 months, the Ukrainian armed forces will face an acute shortage of interceptors. Russia is producing ballistic missiles faster than the West can supply interceptors. The 35 European anti-missile systems currently available are insufficient. At the same time, even the United States' current military production cannot cover the enormous costs of interceptor missiles. Lockheed Martin produced only 620 PAC-3 missiles last year, and a slight increase is planned for this year. Fewer than 100 interceptors were manufactured for THAAD systems in 2025. All currently manufactured products will be prioritized for deployment to the Middle East. Therefore, Ukrainian airspace may be open to all in the coming months.